Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. So this video is basically on the weekly review of Nifty and Bank Nifty, and maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow I'll record the regular analysis video for Monday. So after a few weeks, I thought of like I should record the weekly analysis video. So let's have a look and understand what's happening in the overall market in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Okay, so the first thing is so we were discussing about the head and shoulder pattern previously, if you all remember, and I've been telling this on a lot of my previous videos that Nifty is forming an head and shoulder pattern here, and previously also we saw an head and shoulder pattern here, and we decided that this particular head and shoulder pattern actually gave a fall of around 1400 points, and we thought similarly once this head and shoulder pattern breaks, we may see a fall of somewhere around 1400 points. So this is something which we decided in our previous video. So let's understand what has happened right now. So this particular level was somewhere close to 17,000 to 16,950. Okay, so once we decided if we close below this, we may see a sharp fall. So this time the fall was somewhere close to 1,250 points, because the low that we made is around 15,671. We expected a fall of around 15,600, but it made a low of 671. So which is kind of a fair analysis, and almost the points that we expected has come into the market. So from 17,000, so we just calculated it on a round figure basis. So we decided that from 17,000, if it falls 1400 points, then it would come and stop at 15,600, and it made a low of 15,671. So somewhere close to 15,700. So almost we got a fall of around 1,250 to 1,300 points. So now what? So now let me just, so this head and shoulder pattern is now over. So now we need to check what can happen next. So after this particular fall, what we can see is on a weekly time frame, we can see a strong bull candle, which indicates that the low of 15,671 will not be broken in a shorter term. Okay, so whether the Nifty will turn bullish from here, whether it is a trend reversal, or will it continue to fall, is something which we cannot decide at the moment. So we rely totally on the price action that it forms, and eventually we'll come to know what it is trying to do. But all that we have to keep in mind at the moment is Nifty has a very strong supply zone. Okay, so when I say supply zone, so this is something which we call it as a supply zone. So a strong rally, then a sharp fall, then an again strong rally, and then again sharp fall. So why it is a supply zone? Because whenever it rallied on the upper side, there was no buying that happened from FIIs. So when they are not pumping in cash, and yet the market is going higher, so that will not sustain on a longer time. This is something which we already discussed in a lot of our previous videos. So even now in this big bull candle, we know that there is no FII buying, but definitely they have sold strongly in this particular area. Like the figures were very high. 2-3 days it was more than 6,000 crores. One day it was around 7,000 crores plus, and another day it was like more than 8,000 crores. And then last 2 days it was like around 1,900 crores and 2,300 crores. So selling is definitely happening from the FIIs. But what they're doing is they are building long positions or bullish positions in the derivative segment. So what happens is when they start building strong positions in the derivative segment, they expect the market to give some strong pullbacks or bounce backs, so that they can again use this particular rally for another selling opportunity. So till the time they do not consecutively start buying in the cash market, we cannot expect Nifty to go to all-time high, or a magical figure of 20,000 or 25,000, something like that. So all these figures, I think it is better we forget for this year, because nowhere we can see that there is any chance of going beyond the all-time high, at least for this year. But the view can change as and when they start buying. Okay. So now let's discuss like what we can expect in the coming week for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. So like we discussed, this particular low is a short-term low and looks like it will not be broken very soon. And we also discussed like whether it is a trend reversal or not. So definitely it is not a trend reversal, because if we so let me just switch this back to daily chart. I want to show you all from where it bounced. Okay, I'm activating the lines now, just a moment. Okay, so if you see here, Nifty almost consolidated in this particular range for about 2 months. So in technical analysis, we have learned, or people who know technical analysis, they know it well, or even people who learn from me, they know it well, that this was consolidation. And then if it has broken on the higher side, that means it was an accumulation zone. So this particular area was called as an accumulation zone or an accumulation phase, and Nifty exactly entered that particular area and showed a strong bounce. So the bounce was definitely strong, like from 15,670 it almost went up to closer to 16,800. So that was almost about 1,100 points jump in about 3 to 4 trading sessions. So I think not even 4 trading session, it was like around 3 trading sessions, a lot of gap ups in between. So what next? So definitely we have seen a bounce from this particular demand zone. So if Nifty has to reverse, so usually what happens is we may come back again and then maybe form a double bottom kind of a pattern. And if we cross 16,800, okay, then we can be sure that on a shorter note, we have formed a double bottom, which means we can see some further rally. And if this rally continues with FII buying in the cash market, then definitely we can expect market to move on the higher side. But imagine if it crosses 16,800 in the coming week, then trust me, these rallies will not sustain. This is only like we have a lower high here, so again we may go somewhere here around 17,500 to 17,700, and then again start falling like this. So see, wherever we have fallen drastically, and all these rise are definitely without the cash buying from FIIs, which are not sustaining in the market. So we must keep this in our mind. So now what should be our plan? So in case if we break this low, the short-term low that we discussed, which is 15,671, okay, then we may see a further fall which can lead to until 14,900 to 14,700. So this particular area I'm talking about. Okay, this is possible when we break this low, or so till the time this low is not broken, we will not think about further downside. But yes, we can think about downside from this place at least to 15,910. Okay, so these are the places which we'll plan to take our trades. These trades we'll be discussing in our intraday analysis, which I'll be posting tomorrow. So this is my view on Bank Nifty. So to summarize this, what I would say is 15,671 is our short-term low, and since we have a bull candle on a weekly time frame, market sentiment remains a little bullish, and whenever we see such a huge green candle, usually we see at least a couple of base candles. So when I say base candles, that means probability of market being sideways. So as of now, this is the situation, and there is a possibility that we may fall again, at least to test this particular low and see if we are forming a double bottom or not. But definitely this rally is not a rally for a trend reversal rally. This is not a trend reversal rally, but this is a pullback. Okay, pullback after a strong fall. So this is the take on Nifty. Now let's quickly check out Bank Nifty. See, Bank Nifty, I'm doing this on a daily chart because we do not see any pattern formation on a weekly chart, but the daily chart is quite interesting. So this particular support, which is 34,142 or 140, this was an important support which was tested almost like a 3 to 4 times or 5 times, and then we finally broke this with a gap down. Okay, so this is an important support break, and then we made a low of 32,155, which we can consider as a short-term low. Okay, so since this important support was broken, this particular rally, I would call it as a pullback rally to retest the broken support. However, we are trading above that support, but that doesn't mean that we have turned bullish or we have come back into the range and now we'll start going upside. It is not the case. Okay, so this is just a pullback rally for a retest of this level, and retest, usually we learn in the market that for example, if this is a support and if we have broken this, we always think that it will just retest this level and then it will trade further and come back. But this is not the case. That happens on a real-time world. We can definitely go above this because this is to confuse people, to get in people to buy, and it is basically to lay a trap. So whether it is a retest, for me it is a retest definitely, but in case if it is a trend reversal, we'll come to know that. And in case if there is something like that, I'll definitely let you all know in the videos that I post. So now the best thing to understand this particular level is, let me just zoom in a little. Okay, so this is a indecisive candle, a doji candle. So I always tell you all, like in my previous videos, whenever you see such kind of a candle, indecision candle, so if the high breaks, we buy. If the low breaks, we sell. So in this case, if it breaks the low, which is 34,142, we'll definitely buy put options here. We may see a fall at least until 33,000 again. Okay, but I'll be discussing specific levels in my intraday analysis video. This is just I'm telling you all. So if we break this low, there is a possibility we may fall down further and retest this low. So not exactly this low, it may take a U-turn a little prior also to form a double bottom kind of a pattern. So in a lot of instances, what market does is, if it breaks an important support and if it has to do a trend reversal, what it does is it breaks the support, it traps in people to ensure they buy puts, and slow and steadily it will start forming double bottom kind of a pattern and a higher low pattern, which is a bullish pattern, and eventually the market moves up. So that possibility is also something which we cannot just deny it. So that possibility is also there. So whatever it is, I'm just explaining you all this so that you can also view this in the due course of time if the market comes back into this range again. Okay, only if we break this particular low is then we can see a further fall until 30,600. So let me just show you all. The next support comes in at 30,600. Okay, let us put a line here. So that is somewhere around this place. So 30,500 to 600 area, if this support is breached. Okay, so I'll be discussing the intraday levels, but I've already told you that in this daily candle low is broken, which is 34,094, we may see a sharp fall. And then if we see a daily candle close below 34,000, that is an indication that we may fall down further. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty. There is no reversal sign yet. These are just strong pullbacks because our market has become so volatile these days. Even a pullback, people consider it as an investing opportunity, but there is no problem in investing like in Nifty Bs or Bank Bs, because we are already trading. I think Nifty was trading around 13-14% down from the all-time high, and Bank Nifty was trading almost 20% down from the all-time high. So definitely a good chance of investing. You can slow and steadily start investing your money, but this is not the place where you invest 50 or 60% amount. You can invest some 25 to 30%, and then if we see a further fall, we can go on investing. And the Nifty PE ratio is also well below 20, so that is also again an indication of an investment opportunity. So you can slow and steady start investing, and then eventually this year I think the market will be volatile and confusing, but maybe in the second half of this year, or maybe after December, we can see a further upside movement. So I'm expecting a good movement in next year. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.